All right, this is the men's portion of our doubleheader. Welcome on in back into the Leonard E. Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees College. I'm Clarence Jones. Thank you so very much for tuning in. As we start pretty as Jordan Blue comes with the reverse. The men's squad, of course, second-year head coach Cabral Huff, as we have a traveling violation called against the Bulls. Of course, early on here in the first half, we played two halves, 20 minutes each. We're just about a minute into the first half. It's 2-0. Voorhees on top. Make it 4-0. As Joel Davis, number 20, with the deuce. So it's 4-0 just like that as we come on the air. Thank you so very much for tuning in. For those of you also that just tuned in over, thank you for tuning in. Four to 2 is our score now. Once again, the students, mostly students, are here allowed in the building, besides some of the parents and family members of the basketball players and staff themselves. As we have a quick whistle. Tigers will have possession as a foul was called against Jalen Bailey. As Bailey's team's first. Pass right off of the hands of one of the first-year players, 6'7", Amari Joseph, number 34. Coach Huff, of course, coming off of the pandemic year, not the greatest of regular seasons, but in the postseason, they turned it around and took the conference tournament title. Nice bounce pass, and one for Amari Joseph. So, and one for Amari Joseph. 6-2 is our score with 17 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the first half. And that rims in and out. Just a reminder, our score bug graphic is not working right now, so I'm going to continue to keep you updated on the score. As that ball goes out of bounds, Bailey with the corner shot. 17 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the first half. It is Voorhees 6 and the Bulls from South Carolina Faith A&M 2. Last year, or should I say a couple of years before that, and it's been like that for a little while now, the Tigers has absolutely owned the Bulls as we have a traveling violation called against Antonio Lewis, number 11 for Voorhees. So once again, I'm going to continue to keep you up to date on what the score is and how much time is left. Our score graphic is not working currently right now. Oh, get that shot out of here! My goodness! Joseph says no, sir. That is some good defense, right? Well, great defense, not good defense, great defense. The closeout that he had to get to the shooter who was standing behind the three-point line. Under 17 minutes to go, 6-2 is still our score. Voorhees on top. Shot just inside the three-point arc, and as the shot clock bell goes off, no violation. Too hard off the glass, but Davis gets his own rebound and puts it in. It's now 8-2. 8-2. Voorhees on top. 16 and a half minutes to go in the first half. As Joseph almost blocked another one. We had a whistle before then. And looked like that one will be called on Jordan Blue. So Jordan picks up his first personal, team's first, and we're at our first timeout. So it's 16 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the first half. It is the Tigers of Voorhees College up 8-2 over the Bulls of South Carolina Faith A&M out of the Charleston area. I'm Clarence Jones. Thank you so very much for tuning in. And of course, if this is your first time tuning in to watch us, we are a broadcast crew who loves to interact with our viewers who are watching us right now on the VC Tiger Sports YouTube page. Please go like and subscribe. We always love to see where you're watching Tiger basketball from. I know in the first broadcast we had with the women's game, we had people from New York, all over South Carolina, from Atlanta, Georgia, checking on in. We want you to do the same thing throughout the men's game as well, as that shot looked like it was blocked just a little bit by Lewis, and taking it right back. Back come the other way. Ryan Four, Foor, Four with the 2. So that's Ryan's first field goal. It's 8-4 is our score. I try. 11-4 is our score. Reverse. No. Back the other way comes Antonio Lewis and the rest of the Tigers. Across the baseline, kick it back out. Deep 3, no good. Good position there for the Bulls. Kelvin Allen, number 4. Back come the Bulls. Air ball. Tim Junos with the missed shot. Got to give a shout out to everybody that's watching us right now. Chicago's in the building. Brooklyn is in the house. Atlanta, Orangeburg. Thank you so very much for tuning in here this evening. For Iron Unkind for the Tigers, as the Bulls come away with it. Back the other way. And the deuce for Jalen Bailey. A whistle. These guys are flying up and down the court. You know, since this is the first game of the season, you're going to have a lot of flying back and forth, especially early on, because of that adrenaline, being that this is the opening game. As Jordan Blue at the line shooting. The foul was called on Tyreek Epps, number 25 for the Bulls, excuse me. So Epps picks up his first, team second. Blue hits the second. And it's 12-6. Voorhees on top. Coming up on 14 and a half to go. Four cannot hit, but the follow is there for Allen. So Kelvin Allen with his second field goal of the evening. And a shot made back the other way. 14-8 is our score. 14-8. Voorhees on top. That shot no good. Ripped away. Good play. Blue gives it up. Wide open for Wyndham. No good. So it's still a 14-8 lead for Voorhees. We'll see some new faces on the court here this evening, including that man number 3 who just gives it off. Oh, hang time, unable to hit. Khalil Cuffey, one of the new Tigers, number 3, has backed the other way. And look at this, the Bulls playing some good play right now as they close the gap now to 14-10 with 13 minutes and 15 seconds remaining before halftime. As we'll have a couple substitutions from both sides coming in. Here's number 1 is in right now. Zachary White for the Tigers. Out of the corner for 3. No good there by Bailey. Here comes Blue. Wyndham try his hand from the corner. No good. Blue with the rebound. From the other side, try that corner. No good. Look like the corners are not working for either team. Here's Fleur. Blocked from behind. They'll call it a goaltend. Cuffey. He had the block. Well, they thought he had the block. They'll call a goaltend. And they'll give it to Fuhrer. (14-12) is our score. Voorhees on top under 12.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Clarence Jones here with you. Here on the campus of Voorhees College, as we'll have the basket and the foul. Zachary White. Zachary, sophomore out of Tallahassee, Florida. (16-12), pending on the free throw. That's good. So 3 quick points for the sophomore out of Tallahassee, Florida, and it's now 17 for Voorhees, 12 for South Carolina Faith A&M, as that ball hits one of the support beams on top as Fuhrer was trying to throw it up top, and that'll be cause for a turnover. So even the building is playing defense here, causing a turnover. Meanwhile, that last foul that was called where Zachary had the and one, the foul go on Ryan Fool. And that is his first and team's 4th foul. 17-12. Here's a 3 from Cuffey. No good. Under 12 minutes remaining. Here's Fool. Out of the corner for 3 is no good for Allen. Back the other way, we have a foul. You just have to make a quick adjustment. Number 35 is Amari Joseph. And Trace Frazier, number 34, for the Tigers. I had originally two 34s on the roster. One was Amari Joseph, the other one was Trey Frazier. But Trey Frazier is the taller, excuse me, Amari Joseph is the taller of the two at 6'7". Also in there, number 32, Trey Frazier is in there. Number 32. (17-12), no score, no change in the score yet. 11 minutes to go. Nice defense there by the Tigers. Back up the court it goes. Oh, almost stepping out of bounds there was the Tigers, number 13, Ezekiel Williamson-Bay, but the refs did not see it, and instead, it's a deuce for Voorhees. 19-12. Out of the corner for three for four. No. 10.5 minutes remaining in the first half, and out of the corner finally works there for Terrell Wyndham. Wyndham, he can light it up from behind the three-point arc. Is a hard fall to the ground. See if he's all right. That's Frazier who hit the deck, and Frazier is all right. So Frazier, number 32, and Amari Joseph, number 35. For those of you who just joined us, we had a little number situation as far as with the roster compared to the jerseys, but we finally got that right. 10:20 remaining. It is a 10-point Voorhees lead now at 22-12. At the line shooting will be the freshman from Cedar Hill, Texas, number 32, Trey Frazier, one of the new Tigers on this squad this year. 10:10 remaining in the first half. Still a 10-point Tiger lead at 22-12. Here's the shot in the lane. It's good there for Kelvin Allen. And Allen right now is the leading scorer for the Bulls with 6 points, as it's 22-14. Nice pass out of the corner. Wyndham, can he do it again? No. The sequel, not a hit. As the ball goes out of bounds, they'll say last touch by the Bulls. So the Tigers will take over. 9 minutes and 39 seconds and counting here in the first half. 22 for Voorhees, 14 for South Carolina Faith A&M Bulls. As the ball goes out of bounds, they'll say last touch by one of the new Tigers, number 10, Mikael Murray. Murray, of course, he is a sophomore out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So Coach Huff has done some nice jobs going to different parts of the country to get his talent. And let's see if it pays off for the Tigers as the season progresses. 22-14 is our score. Tigers on top over the Bulls as a foul was called against Murray. So Murray picks up his first foul. Mikael Murray, although I say he's a fresh new face, but you didn't really see him last year. Oh! They'll call a foul on Trey Frazier. It looked like it was all ball, but then again, I'm about 20 rows up. All right, so at the line as Frazier picks up the foul. That's Frazier's first foul and team's third. Second shot, no good for Allen. And the score remains 22 for Voorhees, 14 for the Bulls. Almost an errant pass there. Good save by White. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Bulls. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left on the game clock in the first half. Ball tapped as it was inbound, but just inside the free throw line, and that shot is pure for White. So White with his fifth point, and now with about 8.5 minutes to go, is back out to a 10-point lead, and then it's about to go to 12. Kristen Ford, the freshman out of Dallas, Georgia, with his first two as a Tiger. Out of the corner for a three is no good for Bailey. Back come the Tigers, up 26-14, looking to stretch the lead more. Along the baseline, that's White. White, his 7th point of the evening. Under 8 minutes to go here in this first half. And Voorhees has doubled up on South Carolina Faith A&M 28-14, as we'll have a foul against the Tigers. Looks like this will go against Trey Frazier. So Frazier is called for his second foul. Two-shot situation. Bailey hits the first. 28-15. Voorhees on top. Once again, we love to interact with our peoples that's watching us as Davis collects on the missed free throw. 28-15. Turn around, no good, but Davis with the follow. And we have an injured Bull down on the ground. So an injured Bull on the ground, on the floor. And it looks like that is Tim Junis. I'm glad the young man is able to get up under his own power and walk to the bench. The Bulls only dressed 8 players here this evening. So there's going to be several Bulls who's going to get a lot of playing time here this evening due to the fact there's only 8 dressed players for tonight's game against Voorhees. As that wasn't a shot, that was an actual pass. But once again, Bowie played like one of the defensive linemen in the NFL and blocked that pass from being complete. Voorhees up by 15, 30-15, with under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Here's four. Get that shot out of here. Amari Joseph on with that shot block as the shot clock turnover. Oh, dangerous cross-court pass, and it turns up to be a turnover and a score on the other end by Campbell. Sababu Campbell. That's his first 2 points. And once again, back the other way. Here come the Bulls, and a nice lay-in there by Jalen Bailey. Watch out. It was a 12-point lead, but still, Voorhees in command at 32-19. As answering right back is Davis. Davis with his third field goal of the evening. 6:08 remaining as we'll have a whistle on the court. Just a reminder, folks, coming up on Thursday, we'll have women's action for you right here on our YouTube channel, VC Tiger Sports, starting at 6 o'clock. It'll be the Lady Tigers of Voorhees College taking on St. Andrews University. So join us at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay Bulls possession with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left on the game clock here in the first half. 32-19 is our score. Almost a steal there by the Tigers. Under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Ball knocked around and finally stolen by the Tigers. Back the other way with numbers. And the lay-in is good for Ford. Ford with his second bucket. 34-19. And it's a block party starting to develop there down low for the Tigers. As Amari Joseph gets a hand in there. So 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Stop in the action. And it is 36 for Voorhees, 19 for South Carolina Faith A&M, as Voorhees, for a little while there, South Carolina Faith A&M was hanging in there, but right now it seems like Voorhees is starting to take control of this game. It is 36-19, and they'll try to stretch it out to a 20-point lead before halftime. They'll still have a lot of time to do that. But South Carolina Faith A&M, they have done, they try to do all they can. (36-19) is our score. 5 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in the first half. As both teams come back out onto the court. The foul was called against Joseph, and that is his first for Voorhees, team's fourth. Oh, nice block there by Tim. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Davis puts it in. So Joel Davis, he came on real strong towards the end of last season and going into the conference tournament. And he is going to be one of the important cogs here for the Tigers, as that shot is good for Tyreek Epps. Like I said, Joel Davis and also Hector Rosario and Bowie, they will be important veterans coming back, as well as, of course, Jordan Blue. So with a mixture of veterans and youthful Tigers here, especially down low, I'm really liking the length that Coach Huff has assembled for the Tigers. It's Fuhr! Oh! And that man says, hear me out. Crowd takes a section to his little antics. Back the other way as the ball poked out. Wide open three-pointer. Bowie. And he did a lot of that towards the end of the season last year. And we expect some big things from Taewon Bowie. 41-23 as the Tigers are starting to turn it on. Count it and one. Kelvin Allen challenging Joseph. So plenty of action, but the score is what it is. Voorhees up 41-25 with 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go, as cannot complete the three-point play for Allen. Under 3.5 minutes to go. Bowie will try again. No. Rebound comes into the hands of Bailey. A nicely paced, moving first half. And that ball goes out of bounds. Watch out, everybody. So as the clock stops, 3:11 to go here in the first half. And down the stretch here has been all Tigers. The Bulls had a spirited first 5 minutes of the ball game, but clearly these past several minutes have belonged to the Tigers. Again, we welcome your comments and represent where you're from. Right down the lane for the Tigers goes Keyshawn Fleetion. And he's another new person for the Tigers. And action! We got action here. As Coffee with the emphatic slam. And the Tigers are pouring it on here late in the first half, up now 45-25 with under 2.5 to go in the first half. Shot no good. Four cannot follow. Back come the Tigers looking to push. And, oh, thank goodness Bowie got out of the way, because that ball was aiming for his head. Let's set up the foul situation right now. 17 fouls for the Bulls. Meanwhile, 5 team fouls for the Tigers. A 1-on-1 situation. The front end is good for Jordan Blue. (47-25) is our score. Another steal. And once again, Cuffy. (49-25) as we have 2 minutes left here in the first half. Off of the missed three-point shot, Kelvin Allen with the deuce. Cross-court pass, Cuffy looking to light it up from behind the three-point arc is no good. Coming up on 1.5 minutes to play. Nice defense. Coming up on 10 seconds left on the shot clock, as the shot is good. Tyreek Epps once again. Out of the three-pointer, no good. 49-29 is our score with a minute 2 remaining here in an exciting first half if you're a Tiger fan. We got a few people in the comment section cheering on some people. We got a couple of Kristen Ford fans. As that shot no good. Coming up on 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jordan Blue. Jordan Blue with another deuce. Thank you so very much, everybody, for commenting and cheering on whoever your favorite team is. Of course, we have a lot of Tiger fans here watching us right now. Thank you so very much for tuning in. .3 seconds to go in the first half. It's been all Voorhees the last 12, 13 minutes. Blowing the dunk on that attempt was Allen. And Allen is hearing it from the crowd with 23.3 seconds to go. As the big man, number 55 for Voorhees, goes out, Troy McCant. He's another true freshman out of Columbia, South Carolina. You're going to hear a lot from him. Like I said, Huff has assembled a nice squad here this season. So we're very excited to see what this team can do. Shot clock turned off, under 10 seconds to go. Bowie. No. He gets his own rebound, puts it up in the lane. No good. And that's how the half ends. Voorhees up 51-29 over South Carolina Faith A&M here in this first half. And it's been an exciting first half, especially the second part of the first half, where Voorhees Tigers just turned up the defense, forced several turnovers, and had some fast break points, and also the new people getting it done as well. Thank you so very much for tuning in. All right. Now we're at the break. Let's hear from our VC cheerleaders.
If you wore pink to the game today, you should have gotten a ticket. So pull out your ticket. And look for an announcement for Saturday's game. May do it again, but look out for the announcements. Okay. The first number. 399. 399. If you didn't get a ticket this time, get one next week. 411. 411. 411. Is that a winner coming right now? 411. 424. 424. 424 going, okay, 424 coming. Okay, we are at number 498. 498. 498 going once. 498 going twice. 498 is gone. Three, 9, 8. 398. 398 going once. 398 going twice. 398 is gone. Okay, 431. 431. 431 going once, twice. 431 is gone. Okay. All right. Let's speed it up down there. Check the number. Hold your ticket. Four, 3, 7. 437. 437 going once. 437 going twice. 437 is gone. Three, 9, final number. 429. 429. 429. Okay, we have one more. Okay, that's it.
Hey y'all. I hope y'all enjoying the game. We see our Tigers win. And tomorrow, the Academic Center at Essex has a little bit more events for you all. We have a movie night going on in Mass Hall. The form is also located in your Tigers notes in your working email. So pick which movie you would like to see. And we'll see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. All right. All right. Bet. At 7.
Okay, don't forget this Saturday, the ladies will play at 2 o'clock here in the arena, and from 6:30 until 9 o'clock over the road. There's going to be a haunted house, a haunted tent, and haunted everything. So please, best costume, first, second, and third place. And lots of giveaways. And this is sponsored by the Academic Center for Excellence, Student Affairs, and Student Government Association.
All right, welcome back here to the center here on the campus of Voorhees College, Leonard E. Dawson Center. I'm Clarence Jones. Right now, I am being joined by the head coach of the Lady Tigers, Coach Glover. An impressive victory, of course. Again, it was a scrimmage, but you have to be impressed with the defense and the turnovers. We talked about that during our preview season show. And you talked about how you want to cause some havoc in the backcourt. Nice try for the first time out.
Well, Clarence, we did some good things, and we did a whole lot of bad things. We got, like I said, this season's going to be work in progress. If you notice in our roster, we got 9 freshmen.
Right.
And we'll see some more of them hopefully on Thursday and as well on our game on Saturday. But it's going to be work in progress. I'm not saying it's going to be a long season. We're going to get there. We took care of our team that we should have taken care of tonight.
Right.
But it's going to be much more competition on Thursday.
Yes, and I was talking about that. St. Andrews University is going to be a big step up in competition from what we saw tonight. But I wanted to get back to a comment that you mentioned. You said they did some bad things. So what are some of the things that you saw tonight that they need to improve on before Thursday's game?
Well, our movement on defense, movement to the ball, our traps weren't there like that they're supposed to be. People missing assignments. That comes with time. But it was some players that have been around that were missing assignments. Then I got to look back at it, that half a season last year, we hadn't really played a full season in 2 years. We were able to get through a preseason. And we're getting there. And we got to use this whole season.
And, before I go, I have to talk about Miss Inga. Miss Inga Kolkoff, she did a nice job today, especially down low, because I know you said that was something that you really wanted to do was improve down low rebounding and get taller, as you mentioned. Explain about her play here tonight. How'd you like her play for her debut as a Lady Tiger, and also New Bill as well. New Bill was battling down low as well.
Well, they're both freshmen. They both played hard. If they continue to do that, they'll catch on with everything else. Right. It's just that I like they went hard, and all the young ladies went hard tonight. It's just that we have to catch on to what we want to do and what we're trying to accomplish.
One final question to get you out of here. Now I know going into Thursday now, this is a nice little challenge for the ladies. So, what's your thoughts about St. Andrews University now since we got this behind and we can look forward to Thursday's game?
Well, it's a program we hadn't seen in years. When we did used to play them, yeah, we kind of had our way with competing with them and able to beat them a couple of times. But it's a new coach, new era for them. They're going to be excited. It's their first game, so we got to be ready for the challenge.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Coach Glover, for joining me here. Congratulations on the victory, and let's go get them on Thursday.
Thank you, Cass.
All right, thank you so very much. Stay tuned right now. We have the second half of our game between Voorhees and South Carolina Faith A&M coming up right now. All right, as we start this second half between the Tigers and the Bulls, as the Bulls start off strong in out of the three corner pocket, Jalen Bailey. So Bailey opens up the second half scoring with a 3, and the Tigers come right back with the deuce, Jordan Blue. Once again, I'd like to thank Coach Edward Glover, the women's head coach for Voorhees College, giving us a few minutes of his time after that big victory. They're trying to follow up, no good. 53-32 is our score. Voorhees on top as we are just about a minute into the second half. And another three-pointer by the Bulls. This time, Tyreek Epps. So Epps, that's his first three-pointer. That's the second three-pointer made by the Bulls here in the second half to open up. And just like that, is down to a 53-35 Voorhees lead. Antonio Lewis, number 11, starting this second half, along with number 0, Jordan Blue, number 20, Joel Davis, also in there. And a big man who just scored there, number 34, Amari Joseph. And Amari gives a 20-point advantage now to Voorhees at 55-35. Here's 4. Gives it off in the corner. Can they get their third consecutive? No. Short by Campbell. Here's Davis along the baseline. Try to give it up to Joseph. And control finally by Campbell of the Bulls. We just played about 2 minutes into the second half. It is a 20-point Tiger lead, 55-35 over the Bulls. Of course, after this game, the Tigers will hit the road to start once everything is start getting official in the books. As a shot there by Bowie. Taewon Bowie, again, he is going to be one of those big special players this year. He started off late last year, as we'll have a violation called against the Bulls. Oh, we got teed up. A little heated conversation between number 25, Tyreek Epps, and Antonio Lewis. So Antonio Lewis and Epps have some choice words for each other. It is a 22-point Tiger lead at 57-35. Probably Epps is starting to show a little bit of frustration here as it's getting to be out of hand for them unless they start hitting a bunch of threes and Voorhees all of a sudden just becomes cold. Like I said, coming up after this game, as the technical foul was called on Antonio Lewis. And that is his first foul. And second technical shot, no good. So, could not take advantage of the technical shot. For the Tigers after this game, Thursday they'll have a road game in Cleveland, Georgia against Truett McConnell University at 7 p.m. And then they'll be still on the road at Oakwood University on Saturday, as the and one is there for Kelvin Allen. As this Bulls team trying to fight hard, but they still find themselves down by 20 with 16 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the second half. We'll have a timeout called by the Bulls. So a timeout. Let's take a chill pill, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and woosah right quick. It's a 20-point Tiger lead at 57-37. You're watching Tiger basketball right here on the VC Tiger Sports YouTube page. All right, as we get ready to come out of the timeout, and while we was away, well, we wasn't exactly away, but you can hear the hooting and hollering that's going on with the crowd. It is because they're trying to give it to the Bulls bench, and in particular, a person that just shot the technical free throws, missing both. So this crowd is very lively here this evening as it goes inside and Davis puts it in. Voorhees with a commanding 59-38 lead and looking for more off of the defense. Oh, and that was a rough one there as Jordan Blue hits the deck. So that was good sportsmanship shown by the Bulls player to pick him up, because that wasn't on purpose, I assure you. As we'll have a little stop in the action. With 16 minutes and 22 seconds to go. It is a 59-38 lead, and the head coach for South Carolina, Faith A&M, at the scores table, getting into it. They're getting into it. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? As the coach for South Carolina, Faith A&M, particularly did not, whatever was going on, did not like it. And I heard it from deep because they was complaining. Yeah, we need some security over there now, as some of the students are starting to get wild up. So hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Well, I'm glad things has calmed down a little bit, but right now, the student section is getting wild up. And now you got a couple of Bulls players getting into it. So with only 16 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second half, we'll see what happens. As right now, Campbell, number 2, is getting into it with one of the fans down there on the floor. So now we have some security that's coming in. Hopefully, we can get things back right. $59-38 is our score. Look like things, we can finally play some basketball, hopefully. Not yet. As again, the attention is focused on the scores table. As right now, the athletic director, Miss Johnson, and the head coach, Coach Huff, and his assistant coaches, they all talking right now. Again, this all happened after the technical foul was called. Mind you, this all happened after Antonio Lewis got into it with Tyreek Epps. And then Epps, of course, missed both technical free throws. They still hot at the fact that they're down a bunch. And now you got the crowd, who the crowd is here for the first time in almost a year. And it's only a student-only section crowd right now. So finally, we get to play. So it wasn't the head coach for South Carolina Faith A&M. It was actually one of the assistant coaches getting into it at the scorer's table. As a shot up, no good there by Campbell. Campbell was the one who was getting into it with one of the Voorhees students. From the free throw line, it's good for Trey. So Trey Frazier with the deuce. It is now 63-38. Hopefully things has calmed down. So the Bulls will have it. Still plenty of time left in the second half. $63-38 is our score. Voorhees on top So as the ball goes out of bounds, Joel Davis will take a seat. Off of the inbounds pass. Shot no good there for Kelvin Allen. Here comes Lewis. Gives it off over to Blue. Oh, blowing the dunk there was Frazier. Clock stops with 15 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the ball game. Shot up, no good. Rebound, and the shot put back is no good for Bailey. 15 minutes to go. Out of the corner for three. No good for Wyndham. On the rebound is Epps. Up the court it goes. Lawrence Adams into the ball game, and he hits the shot, and that's a deuce. So Adams gets his first two of the ball game. Shot other way, no good. Blue gives it off. Frazier, yes. Under 14 and a half minutes to go, and it's a 65-40 lead for the Tigers. A lot of fancy dribbling out of the corner for three. No good. Frazier on with the rebound. Here's Lewis. Antonio Lewis is going to be a player to watch in the coming years for the Tigers. I know he has a lot of support out there, those watching us right now. Under 14 minutes to go, 65-40 is our score. Tigers well in control of this ball game. Now they just need to close out. There's a steal. Wyndham, Bowie loses the dribble temporarily, picks it back up, too hard off the glass. Rebound by the Bulls. Back up the court it goes. This is Allen. No good. In fact, it misses everything, but it hits air though. Out of the corner for three. Of course, you leave Wyndham like that open, and not only that, that is his sweet spot. He loves that right corner down there. And that is his second three-pointer made this evening, and it stretches the Tiger lead out to 68-40. (13 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the ball game. (68-40). Tigers on top, looking to end the game strong. Once again, we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in on our VC Tiger Sports page here this evening. I know it has been a heck of an opening night for both the Lady Tigers and the Tigers thus far. Second shot is good there for Zachary White. And Zachary now extends the Voorhees lead. Wyndham, yes. (71-40) as the ball goes out of bounds. As that pass went to I don't know who. And the lane, no good there for White. 71-40. Voorhees on top. 12:15 remaining in the ball game. Ball goes out of bounds. Still will belong to Voorhees College. Once again, the Tigers will go on the road after this game. About 3 straight games on the road. The most interesting road game, well, I'll have that coming up in just a second as Wyndham misses the 3-pointer, but the Tigers with another opportunity. And they made good on that second opportunity for White. So White with the deuce. Out of the corner for 3, and it's good. And that was Justice Jones, number 0. Oh, nice play there as Wyndham starting to heat up. Wyndham, especially at times during last season, this man was unstoppable. Picks up his own miss. Gives it up. Oh, nice move there by Ezekiel Williamson-Bay, the returning Tiger. And he is going to play a key role, whether it be off the bench or starting. Out of the corner, up, traveling violation. Clock stops now with 10 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the ball game. 77 for Voorhees, 46 for the Bulls. They throw it inbounds right in front of the student section, and a skip pass to right out of bounds. That was intended for Allen, but instead, another turnover. 10.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Voorhees on top. 77-46 is our score. Back the other way, 3-pointer is not there for Lawrence Adams. The ball goes out of bounds. Stopping the clock with 10 minutes and 17 seconds to go. Make sure you stay around with us for the post-game show, as we will have Coach Huff, as he'll talk about this game. And, of course, be prepared for a 3-game road trip coming up. 3-pointer is made there. Khalil Cuffey. Cuffey on the ground. Good defense. Gives it up. And the deuce there by White. As we'll have a whistle as Wyndham falls to the floor. As the clock stops with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go. 82 for Voorhees, 46 for the Bulls. As we have a timeout on the court. We just remind you to our next broadcast will take place right here at the same spot, Leonard E. Dawson Center here on the campus of Voorhees College, as we will be exclusive home for all Lady Tigers and Tigers home games this season. Our next broadcast coming up Thursday at 6 o'clock, as it will be St. Andrews University taking on the Lady Tigers of Voorhees College. So that is coming up this Thursday. Our next men's broadcast is coming up next week, November the 2nd, as part of a doubleheader. Columbia International University comes into the Tigers Den. That is next week, November the 2nd. That'll be our next men's broadcast. Tigers were throwing in. There's Wyndham. Down low and scores. 84-46. Coming back the other way. Double team there. Cuffy gives it off. Wyndham along the baseline, and a foul is called. Clock stops with 9 minutes and 5 seconds to go. And it seemed like security has escorted the students that wanted to be a little bit more rowdy and wanted to go in and make a situation worse. They are escorted out the building. Miss Charlene Johnson don't play that. Here's Wyndham. Wyndham trying to stretch the lead. 85-49. There's Adams. And in the corner. Clock stops with 8 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in onto our broadcast this evening. Let us know where you're watching us from. We'll shout you out. And also, if you're an alum of Voorhees College, let us know from what class. And by the way, if I haven't said this before, I'm going to say this 150,000 times before the season is go. Like and subscribe to VC Tiger Sports. And by the way, we have 2 pages. The other one, our non-sports page, Voorhees College 1897. Wyndham, oh my goodness, how much time? I mean, Wyndham, he had time to tie his shoe, both of them, and still had time to spot up for a 3. That's Wyndham's 3rd 3 of the evening. Once again, shout out to everybody that's watching us once again on our opening night. Hopefully we're doing all right so far. You're enjoying the broadcast. Shout out to Atlanta, Georgia in the house. The Voorhees alumni chapter. As that and 1 is served up here by Keyshawn Fleetion. Brooklyn, New York is in the house. As Biggie would say it, is Brooklyn in the house. I don't have his deep voice, but yeah. Chicago checking in as the follow is there for Christian Ford. Ford tough there for Christian. 92-49 is our score. Big shout out to Chicago as the Joel Davis folks. Uh-oh. Ah, yes. It is time to show off some dunks. Evan Henderson, class of 77. Oh, I love 77. That's a good year. That's a great year. As the answer is right, as the answer back for the Bulls, it is 94-51 with 7 minutes to go. I'm pretty sure the Tigers will crack 100 points. Big shout out to the class of 86. I think up there in Baltimore, Maryland, if I believe. Shout out to Paulding County, Georgia. Thank you, April. As falling to the floor is Cuffy. And Cuffy takes a little bit of objection to that. It is 94-84, but things have been a bit chippy out there. I hope, I know in the competitive field you want to feature the opponent, but let's hope because of all the chippiness that's happened in between plays, hopefully they can get online and shake hands and go their separate ways. As we'll have a foul going back the other way. All right, supporters of the future in the house, Ebony Richardson, thank you so very much. Reggie Jackson, class of 80. Hey, we're in October now, so, I would think Reggie Jackson would say something. Thank you, sir. We're in the month of October. Oh, as the shot put up, the foul is called. 96-54 is our score with 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go. At the line to shoot is Fleeton. He's a true freshman out of Forston, Georgia. Got a lot of Georgia talent on this roster here for the Tigers. Coach Huff definitely keeping it region, but at the same time, I mean, he has people from Texas and, other places, of course, Chicago, everything. Oh! Get that out of here, or they'll call a foul. Yes, they'll call a foul first. Well, that foul will go against Joseph. Oh, where they'll... Yeah. And it's Joseph. So now at the line to shoot, Kelvin Allen. It's 97 for Voorhees, 54 for South Carolina Faith A&M Bulls. So I guess what they're doing right now, I'm looking at the clock, and I guess they're playing the running time now, which is probably appropriate with what's been going on the last about 20 minutes. Under 5.5 to go. Now we building with the running clock. It's 97-54. Bulls try to give it all they can, but once again, the depth is the problem for the Bulls here in this game. Meanwhile, for the Tigers, they look very impressive. As the three-point there by Lewis, Antonio Lewis, with the three-pointer. Again, we're going to hear a lot from this Lewis player in the coming years. Got a little bit too fancy there, but the shot is made for Mikael Murray. as they break the 100-point barrier. 102-54 is our score. Also got to give a shout out to some of the people in here commenting on our comment board. Malik Wood, thank you so very much for commenting. Ring me, he says. I hear you. As we're coming up on the 4-minute mark, they started to just run the clock. So no stoppage of clock anymore as the ball was turned over. And a cheap 2 there for Kelvin Allen. 102-56 as we're coming up on 3.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. And a shot no good. I have to give it up to the student section. Besides a couple of few, I wouldn't say bad apples, but those who was trying to interject on a problem that wasn't theirs to begin with in the first place. But I got to give it up to the students, the student section. The student section has stood there since the start of the women's game and going into the men's game. They have not sat down at all. That is the type of support that we're looking for here at Voorhees College. And a shot, and that's a goal 10. By the way, the Braves and the Astros plays tonight. First game of the World Series. I'm pulling hard for the Braves, so if there's any Astros fans out there, no. I think the Braves, I'm pulling for the Braves, but the more talented team, the Houston Astros. Thank you, Ebony Richardson. I appreciate the comment. As with 6 seconds left on the shot clock, Troy McCant, number 55, puts it in. Basically, Huff has played the whole roster here, almost the whole roster here this evening. I'm trying to look at my scorers sheet to see which player has not scored yet. It looks like almost just about every player has scored at least one field goal here this evening. Here's McCant with his second straight field goal. So a quick 4 points off the bench for the lanky, tall, 6'7" guy out of Columbia, South Carolina. 106-63 with 1:18 and going as we have a foul call. But the running clock will still run. Coming up on 1 minute to play. They go inside, outside. Shot is good. Trey Frazier. And with 30 seconds to go, this will be a win in the books for Coach Huff and the new look Tigers of 2021-2022. They can't hold, but, oh my goodness. They're trying to send the fans home in a frenzy. But instead, 110-63 will be the final score. Voorhees Tigers defeats the Bulls of South Carolina Faith A&M. As the coaches meet at the center court, Coach Huff put his arm around the assistant coach who earlier had a little trouble with the scorers table. But everything ends well. So that's cool. So the basketball team, the Voorhees basketball team, will stay on the bench while the Bulls players will go to the locker room. So I'm glad. Now, okay, they did not shake hands. They did not shake hands. And I could tell that there's still some tension. There's still some tension, especially a couple of players from the Bulls who had a little time talking junk to the crowd and to the players. But all's well that ends well. Coming up, we have the post-game show, and Cabral Huff will join us for a few minutes. Maybe he might talk about what happened, what took place at the scorers table. But honestly, I'm just glad nobody got hurt this evening, and I'm glad that the Tigers are able to put together a nice game. So right now, what we are going to do, we will take a quick break. I know Huff will probably have a few things to say, and we'll preview the road trip coming up. So, all right, we'll be right back. You're watching Tigers basketball on VC Tiger Sports Network.
Please clear the gym. Get out. Gotta go. Get your hat. Go and leave.
Tilt walk, yeah. Mid thigh up. Hmm. Welcome back here for the post game show as we're live at the Leonard E. Dawson Center on the campus of Voorhees College. I'm Clarence Jones. Thank you so very much for tuning in for this broadcast. Of course, we have this is the post game show. Tigers with an impressive victory here this evening, 110-63 over the Bulls of South Carolina, Faith A&M. But of course, coming into the game, we thought that the Tigers will have the advantage due to the fact that, of course, they have a deep roster. Meanwhile, for South Carolina A&M, normally dress out between 7 to 8 players, so they didn't have a deep bench. So, of course, things got out of hand pretty much in the first half, and then going into the second half, everything was on cruise control for the Tigers. So I know Huff. Outside of that little dust up that happened between Antonio Lewis and Tyreek Epps for the Bulls, other than that, it was a pretty good, decent ball game. But I know once Coach Hughes gets up here, he has a few things to say because, of course, as a coach, you look at the good things, you look at the bad things, and I'm pretty sure there's some things that he wants to improve on before this three-game road trip coming up starting Thursday. And of course, the next home game here for the men's will be on November the 2nd against Columbia International University. So as I speak right now, here comes the man into our view, Coach Cabral Huff. And Coach Huff, I know we got some things to get into, but first I want to get your comments about this game and how your team reacted.
I think we had the adversity at the beginning. We didn't play well the first half at all. I think the second half, we were better. Our rotations were better. We moved the ball better. I thought we were just better the second half.
Okay. Now, in the first half, of course, things was kind of slow, but
Mhm.
what did you see out there? And then what did you see in the second half where you said, okay, we're getting a little better?
First half, we kind of knew that was gonna happen. We've been playing each other for 31 days. Playing a lot of people the first half, so it was a little ragged. Second half, it really got going. We exerted freshman Trey Frazier with the other four starters, and it kind of kicked us off. And that energy started going, and we started moving the basketball. We started rotating on defense. If you notice, we had 12 turnovers the first half. We only had four in the second half. So you can see how much better we got the second half. Our rotations got to be better. Closing out has to be better. They hit some threes. When we were there, we just didn't have our hands up, and that's unacceptable. That's not what we do. So things got to get better, but you shouldn't be better at where you shouldn't be the best at your first game. You got to be better as the season goes along.
Right.
So
And I was thinking because this is the first game, the adrenaline is pumping, and I mentioned during the broadcast, the adrenaline is pumping, so they are going up and down the court, and some of them just need to take a chill and just get back into the ball game. But I'm glad that the players did get back into the ball game. But I just wanted to, I know the people was watching. It was a little situation that went on in the scores table. Is everything all right?
it was all right on our end. Coach for the other team didn't like what was going on, and he started, kind of going in on the people at the scores table. But as far as our end, we were fine. Our team got together and we understood the situation, and we calmed everything down. We were fine. It kind of got us going a little bit, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. I think we came out. I would like to see if I go watch film what the run was right after that moment right there.
Well, I'll tell you that moment, and but I say that before that moment, it was the foul,
Mhm.
the technical foul
Yep.
that was committed on Antonio of Lewis.
Mhm.
But then when Tyreek Epps missed both shots, I think that's what
I agree.
really just started. But that was just the extra kicker there. But getting into the players now, what did you think about some of the individual play from some of these players?
I was really impressed with Zach White. Last year he was a freshman, started off, had some good games, kind of went up and down. But I think today you saw that instant energy and offense he gives us off the bench. Second half, we went with our shooter Rex and went kind of small. Terrell Wyndham, he gave us great minutes off the bench. But I think you go back to Jordan Blue and you go back to Taiwan Bowie and Joel Davis and that experience they have from last year as starters. I think you saw that at the beginning of the second half. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Trey Frazier. I just think as a freshman, he came out and really played very well for us in this game. Picked up two early fouls, but you kind of saw it even in the first half. And then second half, he really established himself about some things he can do.
One thing I was impressed with was some of the length
Yep.
down below
Mhm.
because I was like, wow, I didn't really. well, even when the former coach Derek Mitchell was there, I didn't see those tall, lengthy players because it looked like arm width that they can cover the whole baseline.
Right.
Talk about those players and how much of an impact that will be as the season progresses.
It's one of the things we look for in recruiting. We want to get longer and more athletic, and we think we've done that across the board. Guys like Trey Frazier, who's 6'5", but have 6'9", 16 wingspans. Omari Joseph, who's 6'7", Fred Spells, who's 6'8", Troy McCant, 6'7". Even guards. Christian Ford is 6'4", Keyshawn Fleeton is 6'3". So we've gotten longer and more athletic, and it's going to cause problems for people. They've got to throw balls over us. They've got to get past the length and athleticism that we have, and uh, I think we're in for a great season. I do.
I do believe now. Now since this game is out the way, we have three road games coming up,
Right.
and I know I'm going to get to the one that I've circled, but take it one game at a
Right.
time. So let's display the first opponent here on the road trip coming up.
Well, we got to go to Truett McConnell. It's going to be a hostile environment. They've got some shooters. They've got a big. We've got to contain. He was a double guy last year, all conference guy. So those are the things that we got to do versus Truett McConnell in their place on Thursday night. Um, so we get back at the drawing board tomorrow and practice and get ready for them.
Now, what I was mentioning, ladies and gentlemen, of course, they had the 3 game road trip. You have Oakwood coming up, but then the big one was where I circled was the University of South Florida. Yes, USF, USF. They're the ones that's in the Division 1 NCAA. So I've just wanted to, and I know for some folks that didn't listen to our radio interview, how did that come about?
Coach Brian Gregory, he used to be the head coach at Georgia Tech. Obviously, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Coach Larry Dixon, assistant there, he and I worked together when we both were at Georgia Southern. So that's kind of how it came about. It's a great opportunity for us. We get to go to Tampa, nice weather in Florida, and get to play a high level team. 2 years ago, I think they won at NIT. Had some injuries last year, but they're long, they're athletic. They've got some guys who potentially could be in the NBA. It's going to be fun, but we're up for the challenge. It's going to make us better. It's gonna make us better.
One more question to get you out of here. The atmosphere of this place. And I mentioned it like during the pandemic, it was just sneakers and sneaker
You
squeaking
heard what I
and
was saying over there,
yeah,
right?
and I can hear what you were saying over there. So we had to mute you a little
Right.
bit. But now tonight you see the students here with the thunderclappers and they running up and down. Yeah, what was how did that energy feed into the team?
I think first half we didn't know how to adjust to it because the only time last year we had that was in the national tournament and the conference tournament. That was the only time we had fans. Really. So I think we had to have to adjust to it in the first half. Second half, we used it to our advantage, and we had a home court advantage. And even when that situation happened, our crowd got into it, and it hyped us up. So I think anytime our fans can bring that energy, let's bring it every night. Let's bring it for the women's game on Thursday, and I think they have another home game on Saturday. And then when we get back November 2nd for Columbia International, and I think the women play someone else, let's bring it then too. We got to have a home court advantage. We want people to be afraid to come to little old Denmark, South Carolina.
And if you keep playing like this, they will be afraid. Well, Coach Huff, thank you so very
Thank
much for
you.
joining me. Good luck on the road trip, and we'll see you back here November the 2nd against Columbia International.
Thank you. Thank you. Go Tigers.
Oh yes. All right, that was the Coach Huff here talking about tonight's victory and of course the upcoming road trip that we have coming up, 3 games. But our next broadcast will take place on November the 2nd. That will have Columbia International University coming into the Tigers Den to take on the Tigers. Coverage of that game will take place at 8 o'clock. But preceding that will be the doubleheader. So we have another doubleheader coming up next week, men's and women's. But our next broadcast will take place on Thursday as the women's team will be back on the court. And of course, you'll hear it right here, hear it and watch it right here on the VC Tiger Sports YouTube page. Well, that'll do it from here. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all the comments, all the love that was given here tonight. Thank you, Voorhees Tigers alumni, and also those who are fans of particular teams or players or the family and friends of the players that was played here tonight. Thank you so very much. We love the interaction. Continue to interact with us. Like and subscribe the VC Tiger Sports page. Well, that will do it for my producer, director, Mr. Everything, Curtis Sumner, and of course our new talented students behind the camera, and also a special shout out to alum Demetrius Ralliford for helping us out do the wrap up here. Thank you so very much. Once again, we appreciate you for tuning in, and we will see you on Thursday at 6 o'clock. But for now, I'm Clarence Jones. Good night, everyone.